After 6 months of world travel, we came home to the United States, where we've been staying with family and friends as we work our way west towards our beloved school bus, the Huckleberry. But I can't help but notice that my family has all of these things that I frankly am not allowed to have. And so I gotta ask, is living in a school bus really a better way of life? Subscribe for more videos. Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Journey. Yes, Nikki and I are staying with family members, with normal people who have things like bathtubs and dishwashers. We do not have a bathtub or a dishwasher. We also don't have a lot of the things that normal civilized people take for granted. So as I bask in their opulence, I have to reflect on our chosen way of life. Yep, it is time to decide if normal is the way to go. Why won't they let me in? Oh, and hey, if we haven't already met, I'm Rick. How you doing? Normally we live in a 30-foot converted school bus, which is now parked out in Sacramento, California. Except now we live behind a big paper screen in somebody's living room. You do what you gotta do. But as much as I appreciate the accommodations which have been bestowed upon us, can't wait to get back to our bus, but that's a good solid 2 weeks away. So I guess I got a little time to ponder the error of my ways. Wow, a door with a lock. We don't have a lock in ours. Dear God, would you look at this thing? Literally, this bathroom is bigger than our entire bedroom. I'm not joking. It is, half again as big. Luxuries. I know that you probably have one of these. Ooh, a toilet with flushing water. I mean, we crap in a 5-gallon bucket from Lowe's with the soft poof as it drops onto sawdust. This tub, oh my God, you could put 2 people in here, maybe 3 if you stack them up just right. Okay, I know I'm making a whole lot of fun of this, and I'm going to make a whole lot more fun, but I do appreciate what I have. I appreciate the freedom of living in a bus. I appreciate the ability to meet new people each and every day. I mean, honestly, every time we stop for gas, we get to talk to people. There is always somebody who comes up and they have this look in their eyes. They're like, oh, you live in a bus. And they start asking questions, and you know they're just dying to go, can I look inside? And after a while, it's just kind of a little game. You smile and you know that you're going to let them in, but you got to make them wait for it. But every single time we stop anywhere, we get to meet new folks. We get to talk to people about what we're doing. And we get to see that look in their eye that just says, man, I wish I could do that. I just realized I have a piano outside. Who in the hell has a piano outside of their house? I can even put a piano inside of my house. I mean, seriously, I have to show you this. Yes, they have an indoor and an outdoor piano. This is what I sleep with. I get to sleep with a piano. And I get to go inside and sit with a piano. Who in the hell has 2 pianos? Anyway, where was I? I'm 6'2", and oh my Lord, ow. What the hell do you need with a tub like? And they got little jets on it? Ooh, that could be kind of kinky. Bathtubs, what are they gonna think of? And there's even a shower. A shower. You wanna know how I shower? This is how I shower in the bus. Now, honestly, I don't need that much space. I don't take up that much room. I just spent the past 6 months hiking around Europe with a backpack. Yes, everything I could possibly need, own, or want was inside of a pack on my back. Now, granted, I can see living in a house where easy access to Q-tips might be amenable, but generally speaking, I got everything I need. I don't really need that much more space to carry things that I don't. Yeah, I know. You're going, but Rick, it's a bathroom. Everyone has a bathroom. I don't. I do not have a bathroom like this. I do not have unlimited running water. I mean, have you people ever heard of water conservation? I could run this thing all day long. Not in the bus, I couldn't. I kind of want to live in here. I mean, you could be quite comfortable. Now, one of the plus sides to living in a bus is it's cheaper. It actually is much cheaper to live there, but it's harder to live cheaper. You've got to constantly think about the way you live. In your house, you don't go, I wonder who's got the cheapest diesel so we can move our house somewhere else. No, while they have things like insurance and real estate taxes and pesky mortgage, ours is paid for. Mostly we spend in places that we don't have to pay to spend the night. It is much cheaper, but you have to work at it each and every day. There's no room for routine, but it does keep your mind sharp, and I got to go off on a little tangent about that one. One of the big reasons that I don't live in sticks and bricks anymore is because I thought the routine was killing me, literally was killing me. In my family history, you either die young or you live to be a very old age and you lose your mind. There is dementia and Alzheimer's throughout. My father died of it. My uncles, my aunt, they all died of complications of dementia and Alzheimer. On my mother's side of the family, it's rampant over there. For me, it's not a matter of if I'm gonna have mental memory dementia problems, it's completely a matter of when. Did you know that keeping your mind sharp and active and engaged actually delays the onset of that? I mean, there's been a lot of studies, and even if there wasn't, it actually just makes sense. If you can constantly use your mind, use your brain, constantly do things like living in a bus where every day is an exercise in understanding and figuring things out, and not just waking up, pushing the button on the coffee maker and watching TV till you go to sleep and repeat it all. I have to constantly challenge myself, and also having the bus go to so many places, new things to engage in, new things to learn, new things to explore. It's one of the big reasons I do this YouTube channel, to constantly challenge my mind, constantly put new things in front of my brain. I live in a lot of fear about what's going to happen when the brain does start going. I want to kind of leave myself a little video note to remind me of what I'm doing and why, but I'm not quite there yet. And I think that I could eke out quite a few more years than, well, the rest of my family did, if I can just keep up a lifestyle that constantly gets me engaged. So yeah, that is a huge reason why we live in a bus, why we travel, why I could never do this. So yes, we have a kitchen. We don't have a kitchen quite like this. I mean, one counter, two counters. What in the hell do you need two counters for? That's about 87 times the amount of space that I've got, counter-wise. I mean, cabinets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count the number of cabinets that they have. And look, even more running water. More unlimited, let's waste the resources of this planet. God, I'm jealous. Now, living in a bus, it does come with some worries that normal people in houses don't have. I worry about breakdowns. You don't have to have a truck mechanic 73 miles away and have your house towed to them when something bad happens. I mean, yeah, you got to call the plumber unless you're in an apartment where you can just call the super. And in a bus, things are a little bit different. You do have these worries. I mean, my bus has got over 250,000 miles on it. It's going to need a little help here and there. But at the same time, the balance of worrying about that, you're going to worry about something anyway. So I worry about a motor, you worry about an air conditioner, and I don't know, maybe the fridge going out. It's just a matter of perspective. And at least I don't have to clean and chlorinate a pool. So I got that going for me. Here's a fun contraption. What the hell is this thing? I mean, it looks space age. Hello. Hello. Apparently, I think you're supposed to put your clothes in this thing? I mean, inside of your house, you put your clothes in and it washes and it dries. In the bus, we wash our nasty, dirty underwear in the same sink that we do our dishes in. And then you hang them up on the outside of the bus, on a mirror, and then you hope that a wind gust doesn't come by and blow them into the van, RV, or bus that's parked next to you. It's really kind of embarrassing to have to go ask for those things back. Nah, I like it. Problem is, what do we give up in the bus to get one of these? Driver's seat? We can just park the bus forever and do laundry. So do I like driving? Absolutely not. I am not a road warrior. I need to get out of here. And I gotta tell you, driving one of these things, completely different driving a bus. Yeah, I don't know. I have not driven that bus in 6 months. It's going to be closer to 7 by the time I get back behind it. 30 feet long, 20,000 pounds of steel. Nah, driving is not my favorite pastime, but I got to admit, sometimes it is fun to get into the flow. And by that, I mean, once the miles start going by and you kind of stop hitting things or worrying about people hitting you, you just got time to think. Once I can kind of get into that automatic mode, the things that I can ponder, the stories that I come up with on YouTube, the problems that I solve in my personal life and the world. I mean, granted, I haven't had time to implement all of my solutions yet, but, maybe driving a little more will give me time to do that. I don't enjoy driving. I know there's a lot of people who absolutely love getting behind the wheel and just tootling for 27 hours in 5 states. We never drive more than about 3 or 4 hours a day. 5 is a long day for us because we like being in a place, not necessarily driving in a place. Plus, we also don't have seatbelts in the back yet for Nikki, and I kind of launched her into the dash one day, so yeah, driving may not be our favorite pastime. Well, it must be nice to have enough counter space to actually put appliances out and to keep them out, to not have to put all of them underneath and drag them into use when you need to use them. No, I like this ability to put things where they're not going to bump and grind and fall onto the floor and break, and then you have to go replace them. Stable countertops. What are they going to think of next? And glory be to whatever gods are out there. They have an actual dining room table. An actual table that you dine on. We sit in whatever chair or on the floor in a fetal position and try to find enough room not to bump our elbows on things while we eat. A dining room table. You normal people, you've got it all. So, is living in a bus hard on our relationship? I gotta say no. I mean, yes, you're packed into a very small space, and I gotta imagine it. Living in a van may be a little bit harder, but you have the ability to get out and move. Yeah, while you're driving, maybe there is a little too much closeness, but we have multiple rooms. We have a bedroom in the back. We have a kitchen living area. We have the outside. So there's a lot of opportunity to just do your own thing, which I think is the key to a really healthy relationship, whether you're in an apartment, a giant house. I mean, yeah, maybe some people's idea of doing their own thing is, I'm over on this side and she's over on this side, and we come together a few hours later. We do the same thing. I simply go outside and go for a walk. We manage to make it work. Now, I will tell you, having said all of that, let me sit in my little favorite chair and regale you with stories. Working, like cleaning, cooking, things like that inside of a bus are very difficult on a relationship because there's not really enough room to get by each other. It requires spatial awareness of the other person, kind of being able to read the room. If I'm cooking, for instance, well, Nikki kind of needs to understand that she shouldn't be going back and forth, bumping into me and trying to vacuum the carpet or something, because there's only enough space for one person. And also you can reverse that. It's not just about me. If she's doing something, I know that I kind of need to give her space to do it in. We simply don't have the square footage to have the flexibility to have two people doing the same thing in the same place at the same time. But you learn to do that. It takes a while, I will tell you up front. Yeah, no, relationships are not any more difficult, I would say, in a bus than they are anywhere else. And in fact, I think it does kind of force you to have two people kind of together to work through things like that. If we were in this big ass house here with, Lord knows how many bedrooms and space, would she and I have the opportunity to talk about things? No, I like the togetherness. I like being close. I like being able to share my life, but I also like being able to get out and go for a hike and come back and talk to her about it. Yeah, you are joined at the hip, but no more so than traveling. This whole 6 months of going around Europe, we were basically together in hostels and apartments and guest houses. And if you love somebody and you want to be with somebody, you find ways of doing it. So living in a bus is really no different. is just a little teeny bit smaller. Now, I pointed at this several times. They have a swimming pool. You go to a pool and you swim. I mean, that's kind of what a swimming pool is. Kind of small though, don't you think? Because you see, I can take the bus and go down to Baja and I can park it right next to the beach, on the beach. I mean, literally, my tires could be touching the water just almost as my foot is touching that. And you know what? It is so much longer. I can swim for so much farther. Now, granted, my swimming pool has things with teeth in it that can bite you. I don't see any in here. Maybe that cat that just ran away. No, I think I'll take my beach over the swimming pool. Then again, am I regretting living in a bus? Do I want to perhaps, I don't know, sell it, move into sticks and bricks? No, you couldn't make me do it. I absolutely refuse to live that lifestyle. Not as bad. I'm sure it works for a whole lot of people. It doesn't work for me. Now, if you saw the thumbnail of this, it's the same one that I put up initially, there was a dog on it. I really wanted to film at the daughter's house. She has a dog, and that's another thing we couldn't have in a bus. Now, granted, her dog is about 8,000 pounds and thinks it's a Chihuahua. It's a, oh God, I don't know. It's some kind of mountain dog. The thing's freaking huge. We can't have that in a bus because literally it's bigger than we are. We're also not kind of responsible enough. Our lifestyle of moving hither and yon, you know, who's going to take care of the dog or take care of whatever animal we have? Nikki wants chickens, by the way. Eventually, we will slow down enough to get an animal. A lot of people who live in buses and vans and RVs have them. Just for us, no. Especially since I don't consider little dogs to be dogs. I like big dogs, which means we're going to need a bigger bus. Anyway, there's no way I'm having birds. So, yep, nope, bus life is for us. And I cannot wait to get back to it in a couple of weeks. That's about all I got for you. Thanks for watching. I don't have a desk. I'm lucky to have a lap to put my laptop in. 1, 2, 3 entire separate living areas. Best I can do is throw a couple lawn chairs outside of the bus and then toss them on the other side and go, look, I have a second living room. People got more money than sense.